Hey everyone, there's no face cam here, but guess what? It's Ukulele Sherry and John. We play you win. It's a classic coin pusher game today. We've got classic Star Trek to go with the classic coin pusher versus Klingons. We need to get the Starfleet folks into the loot cam before the Klingons get there. We have 20 minutes.
Oh, we already got a push.
To achieve our objective.
On your marks. Get
Set and go. I'm gonna play far right. See if I can get, that's actually Scotty back there. Yeah, it doesn't look like him, but
it does. It looks like Mr. Scott.
It's what I've got. That's Mr. Scott right there. How about if I work on Mr. Scott and you work on the Zachary Quinto version of Mr. Spock?
So what Scotty got to do is he need to take those self-sealing stem bolts back to the Enterprise. Remember the self-sealing stem bolts in Star Trek?
Good golly.
It was a long-running joke. Oh my goodness, my self-sealing stem bolts were stolen, or I've got, especially with the Ferengi. Ferengi love to talk about self-sealing stem bolts.
I love Ferengi. They are a fun race. Okay, I'm going to stack behind Scotty, if possible. Believe it or not, this is as far to the right as this, as the coin slot lets you get. I've got it slid all the way over. It's actually designed so that quarters don't end up over on the sidewalls, but I wouldn't care if they ended up on the sidewalls. It's kind of annoying. Now listen, this is, know what this reminds me of? The way the quarters are all lined up?
What?
It's like when you have a garden.
It is kind of like that, right?
And everything's all in rows.
Well, did you know that gardening was actually, and botany was a major part of Star Trek for a while?
Yeah, but after they got the food replicator, it really wasn't that important.
Oh, it absolutely was. If you remember, in Star Trek DS9, Chief O'Brien's wife, Keiko, was a botanist. Oh, those chips are down.
Well, you needed a botanist because you were going to new worlds and stuff. So when things were being brought in by other races, it'd be important to know what's the story here.
And if you were ever watched Star Trek Voyager, they had to actually convert a cargo bay to a greenhouse and grow produce because they were stuck in the Delta Quadrant.
But the replicators took gross. They took the waste from the ship and turned it back into food. Ick. Okay, Mr. Spock is on his way the heck out
However,
of
the
here.
replicators had to be recharged with new stuff, and therefore it had to be rationed.
Eventually.
And they had to supplement it on Star Trek Voyager with grown produce.
But when they went to to Risa and stuff, didn't they get like real actual food? It was like a big deal. Okay, there goes Scotty.
A big issue though. Okay, pushing back on the left hand side. Again, Voyager, there was no Risa, of course. You couldn't have Risa for Star Trek Voyager, but in general, it wasn't the food they went to Risa for.
I'm actually my knowledge of Star Trek. Well, I watched quite a lot of Star Trek. I'm not really like crazy about it. I love it, but I have never sat down and memorized all the geek stuff.
Facts and trivia.
I'm more of a Quantum Leap, Doctor Who person.
In sci-fi, where you're just there for the ride, and
Doctor Who is not just there for the ride. What are you talking about? I was into Doctor Who when when nerds were embarrassed to be associated with Doctor Who. I was a total Doctor Who geek.
I got news for you. Was is the wrong word. You still are. Pushing hard left. Dropping my quarters here on the left-hand side. We do need to somehow push these towers out to collapse the spans. Those bridges need to go down, or we're not going to get those pieces out in time.
Oh, I'm just working on getting the guys who are down on the play field out. And if the other guys go down, the sooner the better. Mr. Sulu is on the move. Uhara, not so much.
Now, these Star Trek characters we're playing here, since they're from the classic, they didn't have replicators. They actually had cooks and a galley and stuff.
Right. Ooh. Now, at Disney World, they've got a really cool restaurant now that you get on like a simulated rocket launch type situation that takes you up into space, and you're looking down at Earth as you eat your meal. I gotta tell you, John, I think that's on my bucket list.
Okay.
Because it's unlikely that we're actually going to go out into space and do that, and that's the next best thing.
Did we talk about tonight's suggestion for the game tonight?
Oh. This game was suggested by the biggest smart aleck I have ever known.
And quite the Trek fan.
Quite the Trek fan. Big John Phillips.
The third, I believe.
I believe so.
He was an amazing viewer of our content. He was always family member here. He was always in our live streams. We lost him last year. He's greatly missed. But his game idea came up on a suggestion, a random poll. So it's time to do it.
Game. We're doing that. Oh yeah.
Almost got Spock out. What's taking you so long to get Scotty? Come on.
Well, Mr. Scott likes to get it right.
That's true. Mr. Scott was never in a hurry unless the captain made him.
Yeah, but he would always under-promise and overperform, right?
Yeah, but you don't remember, Spock was a science officer and far more interested in fauna than any of these other characters.
Well, what's the weirdest thing you've ever grown in a garden?
The weirdest thing I've ever grown in a garden? I don't know. My gardening experience is limited to the years we had a garden collectively.
I gotta tell you, I don't do a lot of weird stuff because I like to make sure that it's stuff that my family will eat. I have grown weird colored tomatoes.
I'm trying to help you get Scotty out.
I thought you were working on Mr. Uhara over there.
Well, I could try to get the tower out of the way.
What else did I learn? I remember when I was a kid, my dad started growing kohlrabi. I thought that was weird, but it wasn't weird. Okay, Uhara's going to go down.
Okay, I'm moving to the center in order to focus on moving this tower. If we can push the tower forward, these two spans should collapse, and we can retrieve these two pieces. It looks like the base of these towers are flailing out. So it's... Oh, yes! Okay, going left, left, left. That was cool. In one huge drop, those spans collapsed.
We still have 10 minutes.
We do.
And 15, well, 10 minutes, yeah, 10 minutes and 15 seconds right now. So we have more than half of our time left. And we already have...
Oh, troll hole! There's Uhura. And one of the trolls from the troll hole, from the troll union.
And there goes Scotty.
There goes Scotty. These trolls were not turned into biscuits. In case anybody is wondering.
No one has turned trolls into biscuits.
No.
They pick all the hairs.
Well, you know, there is the coin pusher witch who might have to come and visit the trolls.
Woo!
He's
Look at
moving.
Him go. John was still playing far right for some reason.
I was playing left. I just moved it to the
slot
right
was
at the
all
end.
the way over.
Go
you
to
got
the
good
instant
movement.
replay.
I remember as a kid a loaf of bread. I think it was like Wonder Bread. I got, there were peanuts, like Charlie Brown, Charles Schultz peanuts, cartoon characters, packets of seeds, and a loaf of bread. And I got Snoopy spinach.
Snoopy spinach?
Snoopy spinach seeds. Which I begged my dad, can we plant it in the garden? Can we plant it in the garden? And we did.
Well, the strangest plant I have ever raised was a Venus flytrap.
Yes, you have it. Audrey.
There we go.
Hey,
Audrey the
guess
Venus
what? Where's what?
We smoked that in less than about 12 minutes.
Awesome sauce. We did it. Okay. Well, thanks for sticking with us for this game. If you'd like to win a prize, now there isn't one in here to show you, but John will show you one. John, show everybody a mystery bag. Here's a mystery bag. If you'd like to win a mystery bag, just answer today's mystery bag question within 24 hours of this video going live on YouTube. Just like you were going to comment and say how sensational you think this channel is, you can say the answer to this mystery bag question: have you ever had a garden? If you have never had a garden, just say, yuck, I don't like dirt under my fingernails. That is a totally valid answer, and you will be entered. And what you're entered in is every Sunday morning, we have a drawing in our 1931, is it 1931?
1931.
Erie Digger machine. It's like the great granddaddy of modern arcade claw machines. A mystery bag for each game that we've played in the week is in that digger machine, and your entry gets you a grab out of the digger. It's a lot of fun. You do not have to be present to win, but we'd love to have you there because it's a lot of fun. So good luck. Hope you win a bag. Thank you so much for being the reason that we smiled today. Be safe, be healthy, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.